It drifts through the black water like a ghost that never learned how to die. Older than the light bulb, older than the United States, older than most of modern civilization, yet still alive, still hunting beneath miles of darkness. This is the Greenland shark, a creature whose life moves slower than time itself. And the deeper we study it, the stranger its story becomes. At the bottom of the North Atlantic, where sunlight has never reached and sound feels like it's been swallowed by the cold, something ancient moves. It simply drifts as if the ocean itself is carrying it along. Its skin is rough, gray, and scarred from centuries of existence. Its eyes, if you can call them that, are clouded by a strange, dangling parasite that seems more fitting for a horror novel than real life. Yet this creature is real, and it has been alive longer than most countries have existed. Based on confirmed scientific research, the Greenland shark is the longest living vertebrate known on Earth. Many are estimated to reach 300, even 400 years old. Some models suggest a few may cross the 500-year mark. That means a shark drifting through the deep ocean right now could have been alive before the American Revolution, before the first mechanical light bulb, before calculus was even formalized. It was swimming beneath the ocean when the Titanic passed overhead, when nuclear tests shifted the chemistry of its own eyes, when civilizations we study in textbooks were still thriving. And while that timeline sounds almost impossible, the evidence is solid. We know this not because of bones or growth rings, sharks do have those, but because of the lenses inside their eyes. Their eye tissue forms before birth and never changes afterward, making it a biological time capsule. Using radiocarbon dating tied to the carbon signatures left behind by nuclear bomb testing in the 1950s, scientists were able to estimate their ages with remarkable accuracy. This technique gave us a window into a lifespan that defies almost everything we know about vertebrate life. But if age alone made the Greenland shark remarkable, it would simply be a living fossil. Instead, everything about this animal feels like a paradox. It is blind, slow, and seemingly falling apart, yet it's an apex predator. When people imagine a top predator, they picture speed, strength, and overwhelming force. The Greenland shark has none of that. It moves at about 1 meter per second, a speed you could easily outwalk. It can barely see, and in truth, most adults lose their vision entirely. They aren't born blind. Their eyes function normally at birth. But almost every Greenland shark eventually becomes infected by a parasitic copepod that attaches itself directly onto the cornea and slowly destroys the eye. In nearly all known adults, this parasite hangs from each eye like a string of grayish tissue. It's disturbing to look at, but oddly enough, the shark doesn't seem to care. At these depths, eyesight isn't worth much. The world is pitch black, and vision is essentially useless. Smell is king, and the Greenland shark's olfactory system is enormous. In a biological sense, it is more nose than brain. If a great white shark is built like a missile, a Greenland shark is built like a living sensor drifting through endless night. It follows the faintest traces of scent, the chemical whisper of a dying creature miles away. But even that doesn't explain some of the strangest discoveries found in their stomachs. Scientific surveys have uncovered Arctic charfast, powerful swimmers. They've found seals. They've found giant squid. And in one famous case, a polar bear. These sharks are far too slow to chase such prey, and there's no evidence they launch themselves at bears from below. So how do they do it? Based on available information, the most widely accepted explanation is a mix of stealth and scavenging. Many seals sleep in the water, and most predators create pressure waves as they move. But the Greenland shark moves so slowly that it barely disturbs the water at all. A sleeping seal might never sense it drifting closer. When the shark finally opens its massive mouth, it creates a sudden vacuum, pulling the prey inside before it can react. It's an ambush predator that moves in slow motion. For everything else, polar bears, reindeer, large fish, the explanation is simpler. They likely drowned, sank, and drifted directly into the shark's path. In the deep, cold ocean, a carcass is a treasure, and this ancient scavenger is perfectly built to find it. But if the Greenland shark is so slow and blind, why doesn't it get eaten itself? Why don't great whites or orcas tear them apart? The answer is chemical. The shark's flesh is saturated with compounds like urea and trimethylamine oxide, natural antifreeze that keeps its blood from freezing in the near-zero temperatures. These chemicals also make the meat toxic and foul-tasting. Humans who eat it raw suffer a condition known informally as shark drunk, involving loss of balance, hallucinations, and sometimes fatal outcomes. Wild animals avoid it instinctively. Even orcas, which can take down almost anything, seem uninterested after sampling it. The shark is, in biological terms, a walking container of natural antifreeze and neurotoxins, yet people have eaten it. In Iceland, a traditional dish called hakarl is made from Greenland shark meat, but only after being buried, fermented, and dried for months to break down the toxins. Even then, many describe the smell as ammonia-heavy and the taste as overwhelming. Celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay famously spat it out on camera. But for the shark, this defense mechanism is perfect. It ensures that almost nothing wants to eat it. Still, even with protection and a nearly predator-free existence, survival is not guaranteed. The Greenland shark grows extremely slowly, about 1 centimeter per year, does not reach sexual maturity until around 150 years old. A shark born in the late 1800s would only now be capable of reproduction. This incredibly slow reproductive cycle makes the species extremely vulnerable. If a fishing vessel accidentally catches one as bycatch, the loss is not just a single life, it is the loss of centuries of slow growth and a potential future generation. Recovery from such losses can take hundreds of years. But not everything about this animal is tragic. There is something almost peaceful about its existence. It drifts through a world that has looked the same for millennia, cold, dark, and silent. Its heart beats only a few times per minute. Its metabolism is so low that aging itself seems to slow down. And while its brain is small for its body size, it is not unintelligent in the way humans measure intelligence. It simply lives a life with different priorities, no social structures, no migrations across the surface world, no intricate hunting strategies, just the quiet rhythm of drifting, eating, and surviving. There is one controversial idea among biologists that has not been confirmed. Some have speculated that the parasites on their eyes might glow faintly, acting like a lure for smaller fish similar to a deep-sea anglerfish. If true, the relationship might be mutualistic rather than purely parasitic, with the parasite attracting food for its host. But this has not been directly observed, and scientists emphasize that it remains speculation for now. One of the most surprising discoveries about Greenland sharks came from the tropics. For decades, scientists assumed they were strictly Arctic animals. But in 2022, deep-sea surveys in the Caribbean recorded one cruising past the cameras, thousands of miles from its known habitat. This discovery completely changed our understanding of its range. The deep ocean is cold everywhere, so the shark uses the abyss as a global highway. It may drift past the coasts of Florida, the Amazon basin, and Africa entirely unaware of which ocean it is in. To a creature that lives in eternal darkness, the world may feel like one continuous corridor, and that may be the most haunting part of all. Somewhere far below us, an animal is gliding through black water, older than every person alive today. It lived through the rise and fall of empires, the birth of modern science, and the technological revolutions that reshaped humanity. And yet, for the Greenland shark, time probably feels like nothing more than a slow, endless Tuesday. It is a living monument to a pace of life so far removed from our own, a silent witness to history, forever drifting in the dark. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the deep as fascinating as I did, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories from the hidden corners of our planet.